So I bring this a little closer. There we go. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Pull up a chair, episode 37. We are live.
Live and alive.
On a little bit of a gloomy Sunday afternoon. I know normally it's Sleepless Saturday, but for the past 2 weeks we've been doing Sundays. Feels good, actually. A little bit of gloom on this Sunday afternoon, but overall...
It might rain. We don't know.
Might rain. You never know. It's Ohio. It could rain and then thunder and then have a tornado on top of a hurricane and all within 15 minutes.
You never know.
But it likes to keep us on it. Likes to keep us on its toes. But I hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful Sunday afternoon. Thank you for spending it with the Pull Up a Chair gang.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into that, let's make sure everybody knows the faces, knows the names. To my left, I got the great co-host, the Book of Snooker author himself, off the top rope, off the cage, off the cell. Off of anything that you might find Snook on, he's jumping off of it at any given time.
And we got the NBA playoffs on the background. So
and we do have the NBA playoffs on the background.
Looking this way.
Yes. One of those cases where if you're wondering why we're looking over the
I'm in tune.
MacBook and talking.
I'm in tune.
Exactly. And we can report on it as we go. That also brings me to who I am. It is your host, the greatest, the GOAT, El Tuggertente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore, the Lyrical Wizard, a.k.a. Stoney Montana, a.k.a. Edward Swisherhands, a.k.a. Ben Burgundy. Why? Because they snoo on your boy. It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low. Call me what you will, just never call me broke or sad. And how have you been doing this week? How was your weekend? How's the weekend been so far? How's your week been?
Week was good. It was all right. Had a glass arrow in my leg.
Glass arrow.
Yeah. Did I send you the video?
I don't know if I saw that.
I was weed whacking and
Oh yeah, you did.
This one.
Yeah.
And that shit was in my leg.
Yeah, you did show me that.
Yeah, I got
wart scar.
Yeah, right there. There's that was all from glass.
Damn.
But that shit was stuck literally like in my leg. I had to pull it out.
Tobacco, YouTube.
I was weed whacking, it felt like a rock smacked my shit like usual, because that happens when you're weed whacking. Something will hit your shin. It's usually not a piece of glass.
At first you didn't think it was like anything crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, oh damn, that was a good rock, That was a nice little nothing too crazy. Finished the front yard, like 5-10 minutes went by. I was like, damn, that shit still kind of stinging. And well, it would explain why, because literally a piece of glass was in my leg for like 5 to 10 minutes, just chilling, just bouncing around, doing whatever it was doing. Got that bad boy out. Luckily, no glass was like left in my leg, like no little tiny piece, which was blessed to have that. It's healing up pretty nice. No, I don't think I got infected. I'm feeling fine.
Good shit.
But other than that little shrapnel,
nothing too bad.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't even that bad. It was just
work week went flying by for me.
The good old machines were holding up for you.
Not so much holding up, but days went by quick.
Well,
a couple days in there they were fucking up, but hey, people in hell on ice water, right? So I couldn't complain too much. I was just glad the week went by quick.
I'm with you there.
Yesterday we did Sleepless Radio, episode 142. Ben Sevenfold versus Judas Priest. I lost with Event Sevenfold. Judas Priest went up 2-0 in the winner's bracket.
It'd be like that.
Got wifey. I got the house to myself, so to speak. Wifey's house sitting for mutual friend of the show, incoming Papa Kuzi and Mama Cherish.
Congratulations to them.
Thank you. I'll make sure to spread the word to them as well. Big old Kuzi Shake and Bake Brethren's got a baby on the way. So we're wishing and praying for the best, of course, as always. But we got some shit that we got to talk about that's been going on throughout the week, per usual. The world does not stop, and neither do we, because we love reporting on it. So, which one do you want to dive into first? Which subject?
Music or movies? Music, I didn't look into shit, so.
All right, well, we can start with music, because we'll just start with what you just said right there. Good start off. New music reviews. Always like to get those done and out of the way first. Let's see, what grabbed me? Okay. Big release for me that came out. One of my favorite albums so far to come out this year. Won't He Do It? Conway the Machine dropped an album from Griselda, aka also Drumwork Music. Loving everything that Drumwork's been putting out. Think it's a great album. Features are great. You had Westside on there. I know a couple of them came out before. The one with Jay Skeese is my favorite, The Chosen. Brooklyn Chop House with Fab and Benny's great. His verse in Love the Genius's verse, I Won't He Do It, was great.
Okay.
Glad he threw Super Bowl on there, the joint with Sauce and Juicy J.
I'll have to check that out for sure this week at work.
Oh, yeah, that's a great album. A lot of bars. That was my favorite drop of the weekend, hands down. However, though, Armani White did drop Road to Casablanca. And he put like all of his hits that he's been getting out so far, like Billie Eilish, Silvertooth, Goated.
Okay.
He put those on there.
A little, kind of like Post Malone. I'm good on it. Like Post Malone did with his Diamond.
Yeah.
Release album or whatever.
Yeah.
Like all of his main hits.
Like this was like all the hits leading up to the next project. And he also did a Legends mix that I thought you dig on Billie Eilish. He had Luda as a feature, Busta as a feature, and let me take a look.
He said there's one other one.
There's one other motherfucker. Let me find it. It's coming across now. I know there was Luda, there was Busta. Who else?
Nas?
No, I don't think so. Let me see.
I was just guessing.
And Nori. Yeah, that's what threw me off. It was Noriega,
okay.
The guy from Drink Champs.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that's where Nori's from, but still.
Facts.
All love to the legend Nori. Ed Sheeran, oddly enough, which we'll get there here very shortly. He dropped a new album. Saved some joints on that. Stoned is my highlight, and Vega. So I really like that project. will.i.am and Lil Wayne dropped a single called The Formula.
That was weird.
Now, here's the thing. I added it. That one's got to grow on me.
I mean,
that I thought was an instant ad. And then I heard it, and I was like, I thought they were going to take me back to like 2008 or something. But I think they tried to bring 2008 to 2023, and that's where they fucked up. But, yeah, I saw they dropped Lil Cray from Cleveland. He dropped the single Accident. I added that. Thought that was cool. Lil Cray's finally free. Yeah, he was the dude that did Lil Cray coming. It's gonna be a robbery.
I know.
That I didn't know if when I first mentioned him into the group chat, people were like, "Wait a minute, where have I heard that name?" Belly dropped another single for Mumble Rap 2. He dropped Ambiance. Really loved Ambiance. Thought that was a great record. Not as strong as American Nightmare, but still a good single. Russ, of all people, dropped a Fall For You cover. Yeah, I actually thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was unique. I was like, wow, I didn't expect that.
It's like when T-Pain did his cover, like 6 cover album.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, this is different. I like it.
IDK dropped a new album, and I think I'll be seeing him in September. I only saved 2 joints on there so far. I got him, Juice Fruit, and Saucy Santana on Pinot Noir. And I got Up the Score with Benny the Butcher. As you know, with Benny, I knew. I was like, let's just go ahead and add.
Yep, just put that one in the archive.
And then I do believe, that's just what I added. Let me go to browse, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Destroy Lonely dropped. I know some people fuck with him, not my cup. But shout out to Destroy Lonely. He dropped a new record. Conway and IDK are floating on the hot new music. I think that's impressive. Here's a name from the past. Go get your calendar out, Snuka. Omarion dropped a new album.
Oh, shit.
That thing's going to go triple penny. To be fair, though, I haven't heard it, but these features aren't looking good for him, except I do like 7th Streeter. DC The Don dropped, not my cup. Neither is OGZ, but they did both drop. Burner dropped a new album. This is actually my first time seeing that. That's probably got some shit on it. What else do we got? El Camino and 38 Special dropped the single Streets Don't Love Us. I actually forgot to add that. And I do believe... Let me go check singles to make sure. Oh, here's one to talk about. So even though I'm not like the biggest fan of the guy, I did think we had a new superstar incoming. And I'm not saying that there's not possibility for that to still happen. But Lil Baby dropped a new record called Go Hard, and holy fuck. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You like it?
No, I didn't listen.
We might differ on. Okay.
No, I didn't listen. I fuck with Lil Baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like a baby hater myself, but
It wasn't the best,
no.
in your opinion?
Yeah, no.
Uh,
He like tried to do that thing where he like it's not an explicit song, but there's parts in the song where, and trust me, I checked to make sure. I was like, okay, wait, where's the explicit version? I'm like, oh, this is the only version.
okay.
And it's like, oh, he's
So it could be like for a movie or something, though.
I think,
Or like
again, I might be wrong here. I think it's for Guardians 3.
So like that's where I like. I'm good.
Oh, my bad.
You're good. That's where I always take in consideration when people put out something that's just like ultra radio in this era. It's like this has to be for a movie.
It did sound like he was trying to just
but like,
shoot straight for that.
Yeah, and it's like
I think based on the cover art though and
but you don't
everything, I
have
think
to
it was
do
for
that.
Guardians because
You
I
don't-
think it was the single on that soundtrack.
You don't have to do radio like non-explicit in this era because like it's just streaming.
And that last album wasn't received as well as My Turn was.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be.
Unfortunately, he got hit with that sophomore bug that you just can't really get away from.
Well,
That's why I think Cardi's been
it's
taking
not
so long
that.
to drop.
It's the following up a huge rookie debut, which is it's not a sophomore slump. It's just a following up a grand slam.
Yeah,
I'm good. Even if you hit like a 2-run home run after a grand slam, it's still like, well, I mean,
it's not the grand slam.
Yeah, it's not a grand slam. But...
Yeah, like you said, you hit a grand slam, and then the next 4 games you go out and you bat in some runs and hit a home run. It's like, that's cool.
You could still get on base every single
time.
But
it ain't that grand slam moment,
exactly.
Though.
They'll remember the grand slam before.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Baby's definitely in a good enough space, no doubt, to where he can.
That's funny. I said
maneuver and figure it out.
I didn't even know like it was possibly for Guardians.
I'm not 100 on it, but I think it is. I do believe
that
it is.
That was my first thought. Like it's for a movie if it's that.
Gucci Mane dropped a record called Pissy with Roddy Ricch, Nardo Wick, somebody else. I heard it once, thought it was all right. What else do we have here? I think the Baby dropped a 3-track EP. I didn't hear it though.
Yeah, he's been teasing his one song on social media.
Is it Shake Some?
Yeah.
Yeah, he put that out. See, Kirk Franklin dropped. That's cool. Jason Mraz, Pancakes and Butter. And you know what that means. Yeah, as I said it. You know what that means. Once you've hit those spots, you've gone too far. But, yeah, new music-wise, Conway stole the weekend for me, but there's definitely some shit out there to check out. If you have the time, new Ed Sheeran, which, let's go right into it. So, yeah, new Ed Sheeran album. Thought it was dope. I actually am 2 episodes in on the documentary on Disney Plus, which I never seen him in that light. Makes me respect him and his craft more and his music and just him as a person.
Didn't know you had one.
Yeah, it literally just came out on Friday. Yeah, like it was part of the album release thing. Like showing like where he's been and like what some of these songs are about.
Here y'all go.
And he timed it well too, because that was on purpose. Because I watched his Breakfast Club.
Well, he probably can't release shit while he's in an active case.
That's why he knew that was the day that they were going to give the verdict. So he was like, okay, I'll just do it the day after.
Yep.
Like,
okay, Friday we're finding out. All right, Saturday release everything.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. It was like, oh, it's going to happen on Thursday.
Cool.
That's when we're dropping. Because he promoted the album, he just never had a date. Yeah. And then it made sense when he put the date. Like, oh, okay.
Y'all just had to wait for your legal shit to finish up. I understand that.
And Ed Sheeran, congratulations, brother. You beat the case. You're the only one to ever stand up to anybody in the Marvin Gaye estate and come out with a V on your back. Like he's rocking V-Lone. Ed Sheeran, you beat the case, man. That's crazy.
I mean,
I really did not think he was going to beat it. But then, like, once he was the first one to be like, well, wait a minute. You're asking me, can I take the stand and play this? Absolutely, I'll do that.
You want me to prove it.
Yeah, like.
If you truly believe you, like, if you know you didn't steal it, and, like, it could sound very similar, but if you just truly know, like, I just did this shit sporadically, and then I'll go to the stand and play it, and it won't be the exact same. Yeah,
like, because in that case, it's like, because for the viewers that don't know, what he got stuck on was they were trying to say that it was a chord. What he got it on is that they tried to say it was a chord progression, which also something to clarify that I'm glad that he spoke on it. This had nothing to do with Marvin Gaye's like direct family members. So when people are coming at Marvin Gaye and his family, you're just making yourself look dumb. It was a writer that was on. That's why I always say you got to wait for the real details to come out. It's a fucking writer that wrote those chords for that song, Let's Get It On, which is what the whole lawsuit started over. And he tried to say that there was a part in the chord progression that Ed Sheeran completely lifted. So when it came down to it and they were trying to get to the bottom of it in court, the judge was like, okay, well, why don't you then just come up and that's what you're talking about, take the stand and play it. And he was like, exactly everything you said. Like, oh, I will. Come on. Like, I know I'm good.
Even if he has the 2 chords that are the same in a row. The other dude's claiming he stole 5, 6, 7 in a row.
That's what it was. It
so
was like the whole progression of it. Like, I used one.
Yeah.
And then I went up and did, like, I started with that one, yes. But I went up a different way.
But then, like I was talking off air, like, we're going, I took one of your things and you're claiming this. Like, all right, well, you stole this from Old McDonald Had a Farm.
All while they explained it in the first episode, too, of the Ed Sheeran doc, that his wife's dealing with cancer and he just lost his best friend last year. And now he's got to deal with this pussy-ass writer being like, oh, you used the chord.
And it not even being, like, close.
Waste all that time, yeah.
Like, and he had to waste money. Well, I'm sure he'll have the other people have to pay for it because that's usually how it goes. Is you can have your.
That's why I'm glad it was just a quick case because as soon as he said that, the judge was pretty much like the next time they had a session.
Yeah.
He was like, "All right, let's hear some closing statements, and I think we're good." Like I think I saw everything I needed to the other day.
Yep. And jury verdict, cool. Let's go.
Yep. I know how they're feeling, so let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's.
And that writer too, when they showed the guy's face, he looked so soddy.
Well,
when they said not guilty, he looked so soddy.
He was just trying to get back. And now
he's over here. I'm gonna try to do it. He did the Birdman at the Breakfast Club. He did the
fuck.
Yeah, like that.
Because he was trying to come out with a bag, and now he has to pay for his lawyer fees, court fees, and probably has to pay for Ed Sheeran's court fees and lawyer fees because you caused this, and it wasn't true.
And you could tell Ed hated the whole thing because as soon as they said it, he was like, all right. And as soon as they gave him the clear to go, he started loosening the tie and walking out.
Wasting my goddamn time. I have places to be, literally.
I got a wife I got to fucking take care of with cancer right now. I don't want to be in this stupid ass courtroom thinking out loud on the fucking stand doing tiny court. Like, what is this, a tiny court concert? Yeah, like. I'm not getting paid for this shit. These fucking people in the damn pews just got a fucking
I'll charge him for
free show.
I'll charge that writer for my concert fee. Like, oh yeah, and he got a free performance? No.
I could have monetized this on YouTube and called it Tiny Court.
I need $250K for that performance.
Look, does somebody think I lifted A Team? I'll play that while I'm up here too.
You want Titanic?
The judge is like, dude, can you play Shape of You? And the writer's just like, oh, I'm fucked.
Hey, can I just get that real quick?
He's like, let me hear Shape of You. Why? Did he say I stole that song?
No, I just want to hear Shape of
You.
All right, well, I guess we can just leave.
All right, Jerry. Anything else you need to hear? Oh, God. That's funny as shit, though.
I'm glad he came out.
He came out unscathed. Unfortunately, Robin Thicke lost a career over it. Well, didn't lose a career. I mean, Robin Thicke's doing great. He's on TV. Yeah. Pretty sure I just saw him on Drink Champs of all places.
If you actually get proved that, like, oh, you stole 9 chords, like, yeah, you should have to answer for that.
Well, I think
especially if it was like one of your biggest hits that you just gained $10 million off of.
The Pharrell Robin Thicke one, I think you'll remember it. Theirs wasn't necessarily a chord. It was a heavy vocal sample. It was, you remember in Blurred Line when he goes, hey, hey, hey. Mm-hmm. That. They took that and did that. They did that, hey, hey, hey. And that was just enough
for him to be.
And they got him.
That was in my shit first.
And they really got him for that.
Well, because,
I
said, he made millions off of it.
Yeah, like Robin Thicke was sued for something crazy because I guess it came down to where it was his call to put that on there. And Pharrell, I don't really know if it's true. I doubt it's true, but Pharrell always claimed and stuck to it that he did not know that was a sample. But it's like, Pharrell, dude, you're a producer that digs through crates all the time. There's no fucking way. I've heard the hey, hey, hey. Like, it's like, come on, dude. I'd hear that and be like, oh, where was that from? Like, I know I heard it from somewhere. I wouldn't have been able to place it to Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, I know I've heard that fucker somewhere. Like, don't know where, but I know it's somewhere.
So
Marvin Gaye got him on that one. And then who was the other big Marvin Gaye victim? Jason Derulo.
Oh, yeah.
He was a Marvin Gaye victim in like 2013. I forget what the record was, though, because God knows I barely know a lick.
I was going to say, don't ask me which one.
It was enough, though, where Derulo's career definitely took a hit there for a minute. It was like, oh, shit. The big hit got sued. Like, oh, damn. Now he can't perform the big hit. Like,
and you're done.
Damn. Like, that's a momentum killer.
Huge momentum kill.
But shout out to Ed Sheeran, like you said. New album out. He gets to celebrate beating the case, and hopefully his wife has a good cancer recovery and can beat it. And sorry to him for the loss of his friend.
Yeah.
By the way, there is like 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in this game right now, and it's nip tuck 98-98. So for the basketball fans, this one's getting crazy. Next thing I wanted to mention in music, this one's a little quicker than the next one. The next one's a lot more funny, though. But this one's actually got, I guess you could say, a little bit of humor to it, but I just think it's really cool. Never fucking knew this until Lupe talked about it on Twitter when they were like, people were tweeting like, like what's a fun fact about you type thing. And he was like, all right, I'll answer some. And like, I think he said like, I'll just give you some. One of the fun facts about it was a super fun fact. Lupe's manager had been managing him from behind bars since like 2008.
Hey, he locked in.
And what's crazy is I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That took me a second to hit.
Like, if you know, like, hey, that was my man's, and he was my manager and then got locked up. But I know his business mind is just insane and no one else's. Yeah, keep running my shit. And what else you gonna do?
Yeah, and that was actually kind of the thing. So it was like, right around the time.
Him something to do, and he can probably get a degree or while he's in there for business and like management.
Well, Lupe, he right around the time that he dropped The Cool. So I think that goes back to like it was like 2008, and his manager was getting locked up, and like before like it like happened, he said that he was actually able to have like a conversation with him, and like dude was like, "Yeah, I'm going in."
Yeah, like no, I'm in it.
Like it's a fact.
Yeah,
and he was like, "But one of the things I was able to work out is if you'll have me, they'll still let me do this shit. It like locked up, like make calls and try to make sure that you get your touring, like all that settled out." And pulled through for it.
That's dope.
And he said that like because he had like a whole thread about it, and it was like super cool. And like I think he ended up saying that like he still like goes and visits him, and he said that his manager's like, man, like tell me how it's like when you go to Brisbane. And he's like, oh man, it's awesome. He's like, I make sure to smoke 2 for you and 1 for you, 1 for me, and 1 for you. He goes, thanks, man. And they give like this. He goes, we give knucks on the glass.
Hell yeah!
Like, oh shit. Like,
that's dope, though.
That's crazy, though. Like, oh, where's your manager? He's in prison.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
His plea deal.
That guy who called you, that got this whole show booked,
when he said
he's in prison.
His service wasn't that good.
When he said he had to go and you thought he was just rushing the call, he legitimately had to go.
There was a prison fight. Someone got shanked on the yard.
If he talked to you for any longer, he was going to miss his meal.
He was about to get shanked.
He's like, I know this is super important, but the show's good, right? I really gotta go.
I literally.
Those mashed potatoes are only thing I'm gonna have all night.
I'm looking at this dude, and he's staring at me, and it looks like he wants to kill me. I had to go.
Yeah, this is a bad. This is not a good moment.
He's starting to walk at me aggressive.
He's got to have stories for days, though.
Yeah, that's
like imagine the first guy that he was like. So I gotta know, man. Like, who is it that like you get this free pass to like just like make these calls for every day? And he's like, honestly, if I told you, you probably wouldn't even believe
it. Right. It's like who you got it in with, but you can just have a phone. Well, I manage Lupe. Yeah,
that's why I wonder. What? Like, I wish he
probably has a cell. Like,
I hope he speaks about this stuff in like an upcoming interview because like I'm excited to see how this goes. He probably has
a documentary coming out.
Oh, like
that would make sense.
Interesting.
Because He wouldn't make those. He's very intelligent. He wouldn't put that in the media without knowing
Having something in play.
without knowing people are going to want to know more. Or at least get people intrigued to know more. So when he does drop a documentary, they're like, oh, let's go find out.
Yeah, like, okay, let's go learn even more about dude. He's been in the game long enough. It makes sense. And he's had a very interesting career. In fact, me and this dude...
he was top of the game at one point.
Yeah, like around the time with When
top,
You Are What You Say You Are.
Top 3, top 5 in the industry at one point.
And then he just did not want to sell out, and he wanted to make his own style of music and continue to do that.
Yeah, literally just...
Like, I think that I heard him talk about before when he said the label told him, he said he knew he was doomed. When Def Jam was like, oh no, like this album's cool and all, but like we want another superstar. And he goes, but I made that already.
Yeah.
That's not...
When he realized
like,
that...
I want to make something new.
When he realized that they were trying to control his artistic ability.
Yeah.
He said, I'm done.
Yeah.
And
he only did one more album with them, which oddly enough was The Cool.
Yep.
That's crazy how it like ties back into that.
How it all comes around.
Yeah, that's interesting shit. But yeah, no, I just thought that was super interesting about Lupe. Like,
yeah, I love Lupe.
That's a big time fun fact. And it shows his relationship with the manager too, like how tight they really are.
Yeah, and they're that bond and loyalty to be like, hey, bro, yeah, you told me you're getting locked up. Don't think I'm not gonna say I ain't gonna forget about you. And actually forget about you.
I'm sure it gives dude a reason to every morning that he wakes up in that cell. Even though it sucks, it's like, you know what? This is actually still pretty cool. I still get to talk.
If I don't wake up and do this, I'm ruining his career. Even though I'm trapped in here. I still gotta wake up in this damn cell, call him at 5 a.m. in the morning and be like, you're up for Breakfast Club, right? Remember, don't forget you got Breakfast Club Hot 97. Still give him a
put the phone back. All right, let me go back to the damn cell. Like,
for real.
Oh shit.
This metal ass bed.
I wonder how long till he's out. Because that'd be a cool ass moment.
That would be wild.
Like, they finally get out and be like, wow, this is going to be so much easier now. Like, and to be able to immediately travel and shit. Like,
that's what he would be. Like, that's
why he's over here.
All right, let's go see all those places I told you about.
Yeah, like, and I'm sure Lupe would be like, oh, dude, we got to do a tour now. And, like, let's go everywhere. Because it sounds like they haven't got to do that since, like, 2006 or 7 or some shit.
When he got...
And now his arenas are much bigger. So it's like, oh, fuck. Like, I almost...
Lupe would still... No disrespect, Lupe. He's not selling out arenas. And I feel like he would...
Okay, I loosely used arenas.
Yeah, but also, even if he could...
Bigger venues.
Even if he could, I still think he would go to the medium-sized ones because he wants more wholesome crowd.
Yes. Like, I'm not saying he could do Rocket or Wolfstein or anything like that. God bless you. And God bless you. But I do think... I'm not saying he'd sell the fucker out and pack it wall to wall, but I do think he could do House of Blues.
Easily. But I'm saying, I think he could do like a Wolfstein, but he would rather do a House of Blues so it was more of his true fans and wholesome crowd. Like,
and if he did a Wolfstein, I think it would only work if he was in like Chicago.
No, I think he has a worldwide following.
Oh, for sure. But I just feel like in Chicago, that's where he could definitely do.
He wants the more personal experience with the fans. So he's not trying to have it to be a concert. He wants it to be a perform, like, you know what I mean? Like
like he's not Mr. Jump all over the stage, but he can also perform very well too. And
he wants to be closer to the people. Like, give him.
He's a show I'd really like to see. Me and my dude Sway on Twitter, we got a battle plan now. We got Lupe versus Wale. I think that I said that right? Yeah, I'm pumped for that one. I know we got a couple battles in the top.
Yep.
Next one I want to talk about though for music. Now this one's fucking funny. Chris Brown and Usher get into a fight
in the skating rink.
I couldn't. Yeah, it all. There was so much that went wrong there. See, I was thinking that it could have ended in a dance off.
Well, I'm sure that's how it started. It was like, I got the better skating moves, bitch.
Dude. Well, okay, fun. I actually heard or saw, I should say, Don't know how true it is. Only what I saw. Can't attest. Was not there. Just
Allegedly.
a couple tweets. Allegedly. This all started that Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown got into an argument first. When Usher chimed in to try to like stand in and kind of side with
Whoever.
Tiana Taylor. That's when shit started to get heated between him and Chris Brown. Usher supposedly shoved Chris Brown. That's when Chris Brown doinked him on the nose and made his nose bleed.
And yeah, I mean,
what do you think? What do you think of just the altercation in general? I think
funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like
I just
how that doesn't end in a dance off is just mind blowing.
How it, like what happened? I'm standing behind this because they were arguing about who had better skating moves. So like that's right. I'm like,
yeah, you know what? The ring probably did play a factor somewhere in here.
Like, y'all.
Also, what a wild place for those three to be at
like,
the same time.
No, that's like what they do when they're off. Like they both be ice skating. Usher smooth with it, and like Chris is like no.
See, this is what I'm saying. That could have been the craziest skate off into a dance off that
probably
the world had ever seen.
But those two probably linked up multiple times, but there wasn't a girl involved. So now, as soon as this girl chimes in and he has to say something, like, damn it.
Some estrogen entered the equation, and look what happened.
Because, like, Usher's been...
I see what you mean. Like, they probably bumped into each other 100 times, and it's all cool. But this time, it just happened to be, oh, wait, Chris is arguing with her? Hold on, let me go stand in and help.
Let me try to even... Or
and then next thing you know...
Like, bro, mind your business.
And then, then next thing you know, Usher's like, oh, all right. And then they get into it, and the rah turns into a shove and a punch.
Exactly. So it's like,
The DJ, I'll tell you what, they need to fire the DJ at the skating venue, too. Because he did not have anybody falling in love. He encouraged violence. Like, Usher, when he's there, the DJ's supposed to get y'all falling in love again. Not with that DJ, though.
I mean...
That DJ incited a riot.
I didn't really
not a riot, but
so I couldn't speak on the DJs.
I don't even know if he had a DJ there. But, no, there's so much of this. I can't wait for one of their next interviews because it's like, we got to hear how this thing... I got to hear how this thing started for it to make sense to me. There's a skating rink. There's Chris Brown. There's Tiana Taylor. There's no Iman Shumpert. There's Usher. There's Usher getting socked in the nose. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You should know by now, Chris Brown, that boy got hands.
Yeah.
Better leave that boy alone.
It's just like that.
He will swing on any man, woman, or child. He do not give a fuck.
What are y'all? Who? At a fucking skating rink.
Like,
that's where I'm at, like, just like, all right.
I love that the skating rink. You're like, that's the part that for you that gets you is the skating rink. The part that gets me is Usher's nose bleeding. That
like,
and I'm picturing too, like,
in skates.
They could have been
that's
like,
what I mean. Is
like imagine, just Usher just skated back and was like, all right, Chris.
This was in the parking lot. Like, this is in the skating rink. My man comes off the rink. What's good? Like, what? What, you just lose in limbo? Like,
that skating ring is lit. People are going to go there now just to see if that shit's going to happen. Yeah, well, Chris Brown, we know not to fuck with you. We know you got hands like De La Hoya, so we're going to steer clear of you. Now on to what other topic would you like to dive into?
Let's go. Movies.
TV movies, well, that's a big one. A lot happened this week in Hollywood. Let's just dive right into the madness. What have you seen on the Writers Guild strike? Because I've been keeping close tabs on
Not much.
All right. You know, I like it when I get to fill you in.
I know that, wasn't it based off of...
Pause.
Like, people, like, kind of, like, obviously feeling underappreciated, but then, like...
It all started with the night shows.
Like, main people thinking, like, they could do their job for them. And it's like, all right, go fucking do it.
So, what happened was...
If you think you can keep making these jokes, you think, oh, you got one or two, but you don't have a script. So, okay, go do all that bullshit filler in there that makes you sound interesting and smart without us. Okay, we'll wait.
That's why the night shows were first victim. What happened with the night shows?
Oh, and you want me working third shift? Fuck you.
Well, it's actually a little bit more fucked up.
Well, they're working.
They were
18
asking for pay increases too, and instead of a pay increase, they actually got budget cuts, and some people got pay cuts with the night shows.
And they're probably asking for them to do more work at the same time.
Yes, and that's when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna take this back to 2007. No way, we're doing this." So, like, the first victims were Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, and SNL. Those were the first victims.
Yeah.
And, like, I think just like you said, they probably heard a couple jokes that Jimmy Fallon let off. Like,
was like,
you know,
okay.
And was like, oh, God, if we go on strike, this motherfucker's going to fall on his face.
Yeah. And, like, some will be able to keep up and, like, hold it down for a little while. But, like, you're not coming with those zingers. Like,
yeah.
You could still have a good talk show, but it ain't going to be booming.
Yeah, like, you're not going to have us being able to give you good plug-in jokes.
But because they're not used to having to do it. So, it's different from, like...
I like Kimmel, that's why I wanted to bash Fallon. And I like Fallon, too, but, dude, that fake laugh gets on my nerves.
And it's just... It's just, like... If you had to do it from the beginning, you could still do it. Like, if you're authentic in your whole show from when you started to when you got big, people are like, oh, that's who he is. He's not really a funny guy. He has a couple jokes here or there. But if you've always known for zingers, people know you for your zingers.
Yeah.
But if
Kimmel, Fallon,
but if you're a good talker and then have writers for you and you're known for consistently having little subtle ones, and then all your writers are gone, and now you're just a good talker, it's like, I'm not watching him anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll watch somebody else. Like, he's still good, but it's not, he's background noise now. It's not, like, my full attention anymore.
And, like, that's why they immediately postponed their shows. I saw Fallon, so he can get back on there.
Oh, no.
He already paid out of pocket.
He said, I'm not...
That's another reason why I went with Fallon. He paid out of pocket.
He said, I'm not losing my reputation.
Yeah, fuck that, yeah.
He said, I know what y'all do. Hold on.
I was surprised that Lauren Michaels didn't pay the SNL staff. That one surprised me. Unless I miss what contract, like what their contract looks like.
All writers. Like,
yeah, like
obviously you have some hosts come in and blah blah blah. They're actual comedians that do it, but like,
no, that one really confused me because again, I don't know what their contracts look like, but I would imagine that it would be directly to Saturday Night Live Lauren Michaels. I would assume.
It could.
And I always thought,
don't know,
from
though.
what I heard,
it could be
like with the network.
That, or it's like set up for like they're contracted out. Like, oh, you only get paid if we use your stuff. So they could be writing for 5 days a week, and then none of their jokes make it to that thing.
So they just wasted time, and
then they get like a base pay instead of like a boom. So now you're working these hours for $15 an hour instead of $45, $50 an hour.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, what's going on here type shit.
And that could all be because of how, like, it was set up in the contract. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so now you're like, well, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not working 18 hours a day for you to make all the money.
Yeah.
When you go on air for 4 hours.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah, literally. If that even.
Well, Fallon and all of them, a couple hours
a
night.
do, yeah. Those
writers are working 18-hour days easily. 16, at least 12 hours a day.
Yeah, and they took the first hit.
Well,
and I kind of had a feeling that if somebody's, like, I think even back in 2007, when I look back at that one, because I didn't remember
that's because networks will pay for the writers in the morning and day shift before they do night.
Yeah.
Because more viewers.
Yeah.
More audience. So night shift will definitely take the hit first. And then that's usually the funniest ones.
Yeah, and like
so
those shows too, like
with the writers, I'm with y'all.
Oh yeah, you know me. Fuck yeah, I'm with the writers too, big time. The other thing though that's like crazy and like just flat out interesting about it is now like the rocky road that it's like kind of started to pave. Like so we just had you're all good. Just had
They realized.
so SNL and them fine. SNL and all them were first victims. Well, now it's started to trickle off into some shows where now writers are saying shit's going on. Like I noticed Abbott Elementary was a bit like I don't watch the show, but I know they have a lot of viewers and they just got hit.
With all starts with one, in a sense.
Yeah.
Once you get one writer to be like, yo, this is some bullshit.
And keep in mind too, all the writers actually have a union in Hollywood, and it's like the Writers Guild is what they call it.
Right. So it probably started on SNL, like one or two writers were like, this is some bullshit, man. And then it got to 5 or 10, and then they're like, hey, if we actually wanted to not show up, would you with me? And then they got to 15, and they're like, all right, SNL writers did it, Fallon did it, we did it, and now it's trickling into the other shows because like, hey, we got to stand with them.
Yeah.
It's like, even if we're not getting fucked over, we have to show up for them now.
Yeah. And some actors are starting to do it too. Like Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis, he did the coolest thing. He said, not only am I going to pay y'all out of pocket, I'm going to come out there and I want to pick it with y'all. This is fucked up shit. Like because Jason was like, I was a writer once. It's like when they interviewed him on the street, he's like, oh no, he's like, I'm with my writers. He's like, you're not paying them. He's like, if I don't have a say in that, he goes, I'll pay him. And he goes, I'll come out here and stand with him. I'm like, that's Ted Lasso right there. That's that motherfucker.
That's why I said, oh no, not Ted. You got all pissed off. Lasso, you all fucked up.
Yeah, and Abbott Elementary I saw was a big hit because they had Christopher Walken as a teacher on that show. That's like their big star. Yeah. He writes on the show.
Bye-bye.
And he's like, yeah, and get paid like a star. I can't do the Christopher Walken voice. I wish I could. But he was out there.
SNL is the biggest comedy skit show.
Easy.
And you're not losing millions.
Lil Uzi was just supposed to perform last night.
You're losing millions an episode.
And they just had to refund Lil Uzi.
When you were profiting hundreds of millions. And because you just don't want to cut out a percentage to your writers.
Yeah, like they don't have a new episode on Peacock this week. That's crazy. Normally you'd go to it and I'd be like, oh, who was it?
You're still got.
It's not there.
Like,
I saw Comedy Central. Their employees came out though. So let's talk about some positive things during the writing strike. Of all fucking companies to come out and be like, actually, we love it here. Like everything's really great. Comedy Central.
I'm not surprised.
Like that's crazy.
I'm not
like
but if you
Matt Stone, they came out and said, how are you?
Who plays South Park episodes?
Wait, what do you mean?
On TV.
Like who who
episode, which station?
Comedy Central.
They've been like the one station from the jump that wasn't infiltrated by political.
No, and they've had like Jesselnick, Tosh, roasts.
That's what I mean. Is like they've been on they say, hey, we're staying true from the jump. We don't care. We're not political. They haven't let political influence them. That's where
we don't do what these other companies.
That's why as soon as I was like, I'm not surprised they play South Park. Like they're willing to take a hit when South Park was now controversial. They're like, yeah, bring it weekly. We'll sign 3 more seasons.
And then the note on that I thought was interesting.
Because they're for freedom of speech and freedom of writing and freedom of art. Like, oh, you don't like it? Too fucking bad. Like, don't watch it.
And like Trey Parker and like Matt Stone and all them, like you can tell too, it reflects in the shows on Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody seems to be in a genuine, like, good mood. It's fun atmosphere.
I'm sure if you looked at ratings from past 30 years, or whenever Comedy Central started,
yeah, I think like
they've probably been the most consistent. To where ridiculousness on MTV, boom, like, but now it's a falling off.
South Park just kind of was able to always maintain that.
They haven't been. They were at the highest one point in time, Comedy Central, but now they're
when like South Park was red hot, Futurama was red hot, like all that shit.
They've never been the lowest. They've always been above average or the hottest. So it's like
then they got shows like Tosh that made it hot. Loiter Scrub was Adult Swim, but I think Tosh made it hot. They're kind of conjoined, right?
They own Adult Swim.
That would make sense because I knew Futurama ended up going from Comedy Central to
because I think Adult Swim's like was when Comedy Central was like, we need a late night thing so people know like this is more adult content
where we can like
do
kind of go crazy with it,
go more graphic, more push the boundary,
more language.
Yeah, so it was Adult Swim.
But one thing that I did see involving the writer's strike, there's talks now that if this happens in Hollywood, like much more like with the movie industry.
Oh, it's going to fall into that soon.
So what they're going to do is they're saying that the plan will be to have AI programmed to rewrite scripts based on books. And then once they get the writers back, they'll have the writers kind of go in and peer edit what the AI wrote.
That's so horrible.
That's a bad formula.
Writers are going to be immediately like, we're starting from scratch.
All right, cool. Throw it in the garbage.
They're not even going to look at it. They're going to be like, how about we just write it?
Like, you're going to have no emotion in the script. That was my first thought.
Yes, that's why they're going to be like, no.
Like, you'll just have to read it like, oh.
Yeah, it's going to be no. And then, because if they did that, they're going to want to pay the writers not as much. Because, AI did half of it. So the writers are like, so now you want us to write the whole thing.
Being for a string of bad movies.
You want us to read a whole script and then rewrite it and then pay us not as much as we were originally. Because you have to.
We'd be in for a string of bad movies if that shit went through. That AI shit, man, is a fucking disease.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be a cancer to music. Now it's trying to be a cancer to the movie industry and TV, too.
Well, and like social media, like there's pictures coming up and like you're like, is this real or fake? Like,
yeah,
you're like, were they? I don't know.
Ain't that a bitch? Like now, like when I hear
AI made or
when I hear a link on Twitter or a snippet, I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I'll like go back and I'm like, oh, it's a fucking AI thing.
No, not even real.
Cool. Yeah, not even real. I'm like, oh shit, all right, damn, you got me. Thought it was a new Drake snippet. Fuck.
Yeah. So
it's a fucking mess going on right now, though, with that shit.
Very.
And like you said, it's like, I'm sure next week we'll have more victims that are, well, not victims, but we'll have more trickle down.
Yep.
I mean, so far, like I said, it's made it to where it's like Lasso, like now shows, like big shows are getting hit. And Abbott Elementary and Lasso seem to be the two that I've seen that people are the most riled up about.
Just, like as I said, all it takes
Wednesday, those writers went on strike.
Ooh.
So now that second season is delayed.
The hottest show ever.
Yeah, now that second season's delayed. That's a big one.
James fucking Harden.
That's a big one. I just saw that.
Jason Tatum. Hey, I'm not lying. That was a push off for Jason Tatum's offense, and he had three. But
no, that's absolutely fucking crazy though.
Yeah,
everything going on right now.
Wednesday was literally the highest rated show on Netflix.
Yeah,
ever. I believe it like.
Either that or Stranger Things, one of those.
No, I think it beat it.
It beat it?
It was like the highest rate, or like, it might have been the fastest.
To get there?
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
Wow, they watched the replay. No good.
Wow. So it's official. The Sixers just beat Boston.
Game
116 to 114.
Tied up 2-2 now.
Tied it up 2-2. Fans are going crazy. They lost their minds.
A buzzer beater game winner.
They're still watching it.
But the fans already saw it on the jumbo.
Mm.
That's why, like, you saw all the fans.
Yeah, he didn't get it. Nice.
Oh, that was clean, though.
But like you said, all love to the writers. Best to them.
Yep.
Hope they get their righteous bag because God knows they fucking deserve it.
Hollywood better.
And all it took is one to domino like that.
But with Ted, what's Ted Lasso's actual name?
The guy who plays him?
Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis.
Okay. So him coming out, that could be all it takes is one of a big actor to be like, all right, I'm with y'all too. Fuck this.
Yeah, like I'm going to go walk and take a walk.
What if Tom Cruise just said, fuck him? The biggest actor in Hollywood is like, this ain't right.
And just like,
I do all my own stunts and shit.
Like, damn.
And like, but I know they are my writers. Like, my people get paid. Y'all should be.
The shit that I say on the screen, I can't stunt that. Like,
yeah. Like, so like, that's all I'm saying is like, all it takes is one is like, trickle down effect. It's coming.
And like too,
So
I don't think they
Hollywood-
realize like with the Jason thing. I'm glad you mentioned him. I feel like
That's the
they
hottest show on
didn't
Peacock.
expect like it's those little things that they didn't
Or,
think about
not-
oh fuck, Jason used to be a writer. Like
Is that,
oh damn,
Apple
like,
TV. Sorry.
yeah, and he's
That's
like
the biggest show down
he's
there.
like of course I'm gonna be riding with the writers. I used to be a writer, and they're probably like oh fuck,
We forgot.
we forgot. Like of course he's
You don't
gonna
think
ride
about
with
all
them.
the people
Like,
that
oh,
do
shit.
that before they're an actor.
Yeah, that's why he was like oh they ain't getting paid. Why didn't nobody say anything?
Like
But-
Kevin Hart. What if he just comes out and starts striking with everybody? The biggest.
He's the
writer-
type that actually would do that. I think I could see him doing that over time.
But
Then again, though, Tom's for Hollywood too.
that's what I mean. Is like, but he's also for the right way. For what's
And everybody
what's
gets their
right.
just due.
yes, for what they deserve. Not you don't have to overpay them, but give them what they deserve, and don't steal their credit and act
Yeah.
like you could do it without them.
Yeah, I mean, even though that they're behind the scenes, they deserve their love too.
Exactly. So it's like oh, you could. This is a slippery slope, Hollywood. You better stop it before you can.
Well, somebody got out of Hollywood while the getting was good.
Who?
Well, as things were starting to get fucked up, and this is hilarious. Amber Heard made a statement that she has
gone.
officially quit. She officially quit Hollywood.
She
She's
didn't
moving
quit
to
Hollywood, bitch.
She's moving to Madrid, and she's changing her
You
name.
quit Hollywood. No, bitch. You got kicked. You got a limit. You tarnished your own.
You know
career.
what? I'm glad. It's like when she came out and said, like, oh, I'm quitting Hollywood. Like, I'm moving to Madrid. Like, you won't be hearing from me or seeing from me. I'm
No,
changing my name.
you-
It's like, I've heard this one before. You know what it is? It's the person that got fired, but they tell everybody that they quit.
Yeah.
And then there's that one person that, I mean, in her case,
Bruh,
everybody
you did a
knows.
show
They're like,
5 days in a row. We fired you.
yeah,
Like, what are you talking about?
they're like, hey, Amber, how was 2022 for you? Because you seem like you have short-term memory
Remember
loss.
that self-defamation case? Like the defamation case against Johnny?
That you completely lost,
Like,
and everybody dogged on you, and
Oh.
you were kicked out of
oh yeah,
Aquaman.
you quit Hollywood, right? No.
You quit it though. Did you quit Aquaman, or how did that
No,
go?
they finished that, I believe. I think that was her last movie.
Oh, and they kept her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
So I
didn't know
think
that.
they finished that, and then that's why she is like, I think that's why she feels, well, she's a narcissist.
Do you
So-
think like after they finished like the last scene, it was just kind of that awkward moment of like, all right, guys, and then just kind of like,
They probably had her filmed on a green screen in her basement. Like, don't even show up.
He's like, yeah, where do I come to get?
Your swimming pool in the pool, your pool in the backyard. We just put a green screen behind you. We'll do the rest.
When do you need me back on set?
We're actually building a set in your backyard.
We actually have a camera crew on way. They're gonna take care of it.
And it's gonna. Honestly, they don't want to talk to you, so just they're gonna have a jumbo screen for all your lines, and then there's gonna be a picture album for each pose we want you to do.
Like, bitch, you shit on a bed. You're not. You did
They
not
tried to
quit
blame a
Hollywood.
dog.
And you did not quit Hollywood. You can't shit on a bed
Yeah,
and then claim that you
that's
quit.
not how this works. You can't try to ruin Jack Sparrow.
With a fucking turd.
Granted, he wasn't innocent, but bitch, you tried to act like you were, and he
Yeah.
straight up came out and was like, "Hey, I got into arguments with her. I did shit."
The
I
judge
shouldn't
is
have
like,
done."
fuck, if she shit on my bed, I'd probably knock the broad out too.
Like,
Fuck yeah.
and blame the dog, and you look at it like this is human shit.
And then like when you actually
I
find
know
yourself,
human shit when I see
like
human
what
shit.
she had to do and what she actually had to look like to actually do that is also nuts. Like if you think about it,
Like, you gotta literally squat.
there's a whole thing that goes into that. You gotta make the
Yeah.
conscious decision to do something.
That's what I mean. Is like the thought pops in your head, like, and then you're like, you really gotta run with it and be like,
Yeah, then you got to get on the bed. Then you got to muster up the shit. Like a lot of people don't even recognize that one. Like
And then-
there's like you can't just shit on
did
Q.
you like get a chair to?
I mean, if
stand
she
on?
first off, if she can shit on Q, why she didn't ever win a Golden Globe is
She should have been a
beyond me.
jackass.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's a fucking talent.
That is.
Like
Who is it? Jackass. One of them can.
Will the Farter.
Yeah. No, not him. Old dude.
Oh yeah, Dave England.
Yep.
Which that's so bad, probably, but I just
That's weird. But I don't know. That's bad that I know that about that human.
That's true though.
But
I mean,
I
hey,
watched
if you watch Jackass,
Jackass,
you know that boy can shit.
it. Yeah, on command.
He can shit with the best of them. I wonder who can out shit though. Dave England versus Amber Heard. Who can out shit the other one? Turd for turd, bar for bar. Who you got? I think Dave England.
Yeah.
His is great. His is like a fucking volcano in Jackass.
But Amber, you did not quit Hollywood, bitch.
Oof, that one went over the fence.
You didn't quit Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well,
She's the person that
have fun in your new life though. Hope you do well.
Don't shit on anybody's bed.
I don't care. Just not. I
don't want to shit on
want to hear
nobody's bed
from
in
you. So
Madrid.
that's like the best part is like, yo, you won't hear from me. Good. Wasn't trying to.
Everybody took that. Was like, thank fucking God. Like we've been waiting for this to happen.
You literally ruined. What was it? Like I said, he had demons too. But in public and whatnot, one of the most charitable people and like respected actors and humans.
He was Jack Sparrow, damn it.
And it's like, to be fair, if he only did that to her, like this is the only time he's ever been accused.
They never proved that he did anything.
Well, he came out and said like I threw bottles.
Yeah, the bottles
was angry.
Yes,
blah, blah,
there was
like,
that video.
So
of the
this is the only time he was domestic violence in a relationship, though. It's like, all right, well, I can see why because of her. Like she shit on the bed. If this was a recurring thing, like I'd be upset too. Like, granted, you should have left, Johnny. But then if you try to leave and she try to stab you, I'm like, damn.
No, shit on the bed, though.
That, man.
I think that was the deciding factor for the jury.
Shitting on the bed, then blaming a dog.
That's what the jury was like.
It's like, how are we blaming a dog?
Yeah, because you just know that dog in the house when she's saying that. It's like, you lying bitch. Like, I stood here and watched you do that, and I was disgusted. And I was licking my asshole as I was watching you do that. Like, yeah, you get mad if I even piss in the house. You just took a shit on the bed that you don't even let me sleep on. Like,
yeah, that's... Go have fun in Madrid. Do you?
Yeah. Amber Heard, take 2 of these and call us in the morning. Last thing I wanted to mention on movies, not lengthy at all. I did not see it yet. It looks like I'll be seeing it potentially this Friday. Could be next weekend, though.
Oh, shit.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now out in theaters.
I did not see it. I saw it came out.
Yes.
I do want to see it.
Looks really good.
I might wait the 3 to 4 months for it to come to Disney.
I've heard nothing but great things. In fact, I've heard that this is like a great trilogy. It's right up there with the Avengers.
Yes.
I'm like,
I don't
be careful with that.
I don't expect it to be a bad trilogy, but I'm also...
This is the end of it, by the way. This is the end of the Guardians.
People for like, I'll wait the 4 to 6 months for it to come to Disney because I pay for Disney. So it's like
I saw they got the first one in this. Well, of course
they just want to get their money from the theaters, and I respect that, and go get it.
Yeah, because they have a 3D version of the flick too.
But like, am I about to go spend $20 when I could just wait a couple months?
Depends.
And I'm a person. You're a theater guy. I'm not. So
like,
it's
to me, I'm like this one. Yeah, I'll see
worth it. Right.
Yeah, plus, I know Brittany wants to see it too.
So yeah, double whammy.
Yeah, whammy. Yeah.
But for me, where I'm just like, I can wait. I'm excited to see it, but
I think Evil Dead. I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for that one to come out.
I would go see Final Destination before I saw Guardians.
Oh, Final Destination is gonna be a moment.
I would go see that.
I might be seeing George Foreman tonight. I don't know though. That one's up in the air. But yeah, Guardians 3 out. Hearing nothing but great things. It looks like I did see somebody said this isn't a spoiler. Mm-hmm. I did hear somebody said that it looks like they're going to do a Rocket and Groot spinoff. Like that's where they're going to take the saga. They're not doing the Guardians with Pratt anymore.
Yeah,
they want to do like a Rocket spinoff because that character like does really well.
That's how you could. That's how you eventually get another.
Like I noticed when we were walking through Epcot when they were getting ready for that ride to come out, that new one that they got. They had a bunch of Guardians merch. The shit that seemed to be flying off the shelves had everything to do with that fucking raccoon.
And Groot.
Yeah, and Groot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people were getting either backpacks,
I saw in a
Rocket backpacks,
trailer. There's a
plush dolls.
There's a new little creature in the
trailer. I don't know what that is.
But that's gonna be the new. Dark. Everyone's gonna love that little
merch.
Fucker. Yeah, like it's gonna be a backpack, pillow, everything.
Plush doll, Funko.
Yeah, it's gonna be
that shit. Yeah. I mean, Disney goes crazy with their merch. It's like, holy shit, it's a fucking ass towel. Like, what is this?
Hey, cool.
Like,
and it's gone. Sold out. Wow.
And it's sold out. Why? They put that fucking tree's face on it.
Okay. Do what you can do, I guess.
But yeah, shout out to Guardians 3. I'm excited to check that out. I won't see the 3D version, though.
Nah.
I think there should be an age limit on 3D. I'm sorry.
I can agree for situations.
Yeah. Like maybe if it really felt like it called for it,
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay,
I'm kind of
maybe.
with you.
Yeah, like there should be like an age limit on 3D. Like the fuck I look like putting on those glasses and
Oh!
yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, it's in my face.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's coming out at the theaters. What?
Yeah, like oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not.
Wow.
I am not 12.
And like if you remember too, like when I used to go to 3D movies, it's like it only happens like 5 times in the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4
like,
times.
It'll be like, oh, the fucking crayon got thrown my way.
Like sweet.
Or like, oh, the punch came out my way.
Thank
Like,
you.
oh wow, what a crazy
It's
2-second
usually,
experience.
It's like the explosion.
Yeah, and you're like, how much extra did I pay for this ticket? Oh, $15. Okay, gotcha.
Thanks.
Just wanted to make sure.
Just making sure I was getting ripped off.
Fuck it, I'll just buy a regular ticket and sit front row. There, it looks like it's right in my face.
That's probably
whole
better,
time.
That's probably a better way of seeing a 3D movie.
Is to like
just go to a regular one and sit real close.
Yeah, just sit real close. Like that. That's literally what I did for Top Gun. I was like, oh, this is supposed to be special. Bet. Fuck the 3D. Let me just sit under this thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind looking up. I got a good neck. We'll hang in there.
Smart.
But wanted to pivot into we just watched the Sixers win and go 2-2.
Hell yeah.
NBA playoff update. That was a crazy game. Looks like a good series, 2-2. Yeah. My series that I'm keeping the closest eye on is that Lakers-Warriors series.
Yeah, and that's now 2-2 as well?
Yeah. No.
3-1?
2-1. I think 2-1.
No. Okay.
Because game 1 was Lakers. Game 2 was Warriors when Steph went 50. And then there was that game 3 last night where it was a fucking blowout. Sixers and not Sixers. Suns and who's that? Nuggets. How's that going? Because last time I saw it was 2-0 Denver up.
Game 4 is tonight. Denver's 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 Denver's up.
Yeah, they play at 8 tonight.
Where's game? Phoenix.
Believe yeah.
Game 4, yeah. All right, they're in Phoenix. I think Phoenix gets the W tonight.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think it's gonna. I think Phoenix is gonna come back for the series. I
want Phoenix to get the comeback.
Yeah, I think
it's just Jokic is red hot.
Yeah, but last game like KD and D Book went off.
Now, of course, I know you know more than me on this shit. Jokic, best rebounder in the league. Am I wrong? For what I've been watching?
I mean, he's one of them.
Okay.
It's like...
Because he looks like that boy can grab a board.
He can.
Like, but Jesus Christ. He's averaging like something stupid. It's like 18 boards a game.
I don't know statistically if he's the highest.
I just saw the stat.
No, yeah. Like,
I'm not, you know me, I'm not Mr. Sports Encyclopedia.
Yeah, but like...
if I say a stat, I just recently saw it.
Between him, Joel Embiid, and like a select few...
Embiid's good.
There's like 4 or 5.
Embiid won the MVP.
There's
saw
like
that.
4 or 5.
Much deserved, by the way.
Top rebounders that you could be like, all arguably the top.
I just know when I'm watching those games, Ayton's gotta step it up.
Well,
put your body into it a little bit because Jokic is coming in hot for these rebounds.
That man's like 300 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
and that's what that man. Jokic is
he's quick too.
He's nimble.
Yeah, that's the other fucking thing is like he's quick. He's kind of got a good mid range. It's kind of fucked up.
It's real fucked up. Like it's not.
Well, yeah, because like I'm watching him, like he'll take
he'll
take the mid range, miss it, and grab his own board,
and then hit you with
and then put it back up. Like
and finger roll layup. It's like
and it's like I can tell Ayton's getting frustrated out there, but he's probably like, "Look, coach, I'm doing all I can. Like this guy's just an animal."
Literally.
Like,
last game it definitely looked like Ayton was.
That's the matchup that needs work. Is Ayton on Jokic?
Not that one. It's KD on whoever's guarding him, and D Book because it's like
their front court's nasty.
So after game 1, I think KD like in the post game said like they were like, "Oh, were you surprised by like how Denver played tonight?" He's like, "No, they're the 1 seed." And I think
I saw that,
and I'm pretty sure that's like KD was like, I realized like me thinking as KD, he realized I got to put up 40 or 50 a game if we're gonna win this.
Yeah,
because we don't have the bench like they do. So now, and with Chris Paul hurt, out to like game 5 or 6, if I don't, We don't have enough scoring power. So me, as Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers, if not the best scorer in the league, arguably.
That's a good point.
And Devin Booker, one of the top 10 scorers in the league, we gotta go off. So
they got the talent.
I feel like that's what they did last game. Was like, hey, DeAndre, we don't have to get every rebound.
Another factor for Nuggets that I feel like the Suns have been able to keep a decent good hold on, Jamal Murray. Like Paul and Booker are containing him pretty well.
Yeah.
It's the Jokic. It's that Joker.
He's so fucking big.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest, I never really paid too much attention to his ball. But that boy can play. Yeah. Another series that we got going on, we got
the Heat and the Knicks.
Heat and the Knicks, yeah, that's a fun series.
Heat are up 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah, they won yesterday.
So now they're in New York. No, Miami.
No, they got one more in
because wouldn't Miami have been the lower seed? Yeah.
So
which that one I really am okay with either team winning it, but I want the Heat to win.
Yeah, I want the Heat.
I do want the Heat to win that one. I also want the Warriors to beat the Lakers. I want to see them show out.
Yeah.
I got money on them. If I didn't have money on them, I wouldn't be riding on them as much as I want. That's why I want the Sixers to beat the Celtics. Because then I have a chance to get 50. So that'd be a good one.
But yeah, it's been good.
Embiid, I know there was the award announcement. Embiid won MVP. Yeah. Much deserved. Who won defense?
I don't think those are released yet.
They're doing it like one at a time?
I don't know. I feel like they released the MVP, and then they end of the year they'll release defensive player, or no, because they did do coach of the year.
Who was that? I think I saw it. Mike Brown.
Or I thought it was the Bucks coach.
Let me see.
No, yeah, you're right. It was Mike Brown.
Yeah, because I was like, Mike Brown.
Yeah, and I fucked with it.
Okay.
I think Jarrett Jackson Jr. might have been defense player.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. All right, cool. Yes, you were right. So MVP went to Joel Embiid, which I say much deserved, but I didn't watch all season.
It was him or Jokic. This would have been Jokic's third MVP in a row.
So they wanted to mix it up. Oh, wow. He's had that many in a row?
It would have been his third in a row.
Holy shit.
So it would have been
I didn't know he had it like that. I didn't know he had it like that.
Above, you would have to put him as one of the best centers of all time. And I think NBA wasn't ready to do that.
I see. I like that. I like that Embiid decision.
And he did deserve it. So it wasn't like...
It wasn't like they gave him
a bum. It wasn't like he got robbed from it.
Oh, it looks like the Cavs got an award somewhere in here. Oh, wait, no, I think he went to another team. But I'll take it from the top. Joel Embiid, MVP. I say much deserved. Yep. You said much deserved. Coach of the year, Mike Brown. I just learned that he turned around the Kings. I think that's really cool that he was able to do that. Much deserved. Defensive player of the year, as you said, Jaren Jackson Jr. He's a Grizzly, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Grizzlies had a good year. Sad that it had to end the way it did, but shout out to him being defensive player of the year. Much love to Jaren Jackson. Now this one makes me happy because I remember when I drafted him, I drafted two rookies. The one didn't end up panning out towards the end of the season, but the one took off like a rocket. I was most happy to see this award go to Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Man, that made me feel good. I'm going in strong to this fantasy draft this year. I do like keep my eyes on those rooks. Yeah, Paolo Banchero, much deserved. Thank you for everything you did for my fantasy team. I tried to take it to the chip with you, but we had a damn hell of a ride together. Sixth man of the year, Malcolm Brogdon. Sixth man.
Okay. I respect it.
You say much deserved?
I mean, I don't know who the other ones were. I don't know the other candidates. But I don't disagree with it. He's a good six man.
Can I devil's advocate anybody? Let me think. Not off the top of my head, and I don't want to force it. I don't know enough on six mans. I don't want to say one.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't.
I was like, maybe I'll go for it. But shout out to Malcolm Brogdon. I did have him not this past year, but the year before in fantasy, and he was good. When he was a Pacer, now it looks like he's a Celtic. Most improved player. They do have him in a Cavs jersey in the picture, but Lauri Markkanen
Oh shit.
got most improved.
Yeah.
But now he's a Utah Jazz, right?
Yeah. And he's overdoing his military service.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Forget his homeland.
Well, shout out Louis Markkanen. I hope his role on the Cavs played a factor in being most improved for the season. I think he did pretty good for us.
Yeah, he's a hooper. I like
before
him.
the trade.
I liked him when he was in he got drafted to Chicago.
Then I think they put out a new award. I don't know. I think this is a new award. But the last one is NBA Clutch Player of the Year award went to De'Aaron Fox.
Mm.
So the Kings actually snuck away with 2 awards: Coach of the Year and Clutch Player of the Year. I think the Kings have a bright future. I really do.
Yeah, they do.
I like what I'm seeing out of that
They're
club.
young too, so
yeah. No, they don't have Haliburton anymore. I don't think.
No, I don't think
they
so.
got Fox though.
Malik
Monk. They got some guys.
They were teammates in college too.
I remember you said that, and you were like, "I think that's good." They have that NCAA pairing.
Oh yeah.
Well, anything else that you wanted to mention in sports? How are the Guardians doing?
Good question.
Let's
We won 2-0 today.
We won 2-0 today. We'll take it.
I don't know the record. That's what I'm about to check. I was hoping they were about to show it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, they didn't. Oh, the Rays beat the Yankees 8-7.
We're 16-18.
16-18, so we're mid. All right.
Let's see how we are in the standings with that.
Probably third.
Second in our standings.
No kidding. Who's above us?
The Twins are 19-16.
Oh, okay. So we got mid. All right, we got some mid.
The Tigers are 15-18. So we're 2.5 games back, and then Tigers are 3 games. White Sox are 7.5. Royals are 10.
Oh God, the Royals
are 9-26. God.
Oh, okay. I actually do have something to mention in sports. I have my volume turned down so I can show you this.
Yankees are last in their division at 18-17.
That's a tough division, though.
Red Sox are The Rays are 28-7.
Tough division.
Orioles 22-12. Blue Jays 21-14. Red Sox 21-15. Like good. Whew. Jesus.
Let me find this.
That's crazy.
Okay, so this is something on sports, and I'll show you. Unfortunately, to the viewers, I can't show you, but most of you know how to get a hold of me, and I can share the link to it if you haven't seen it. But I'll just read the headline. So you've probably heard, which I did not hear any of this, you've probably heard that the Oakland A's AAA affiliate often brings in more fans than the MLB team. Mm-hmm. But last night's Oakland A's game only had 2,583 fans, which is less than their AAA, AA, and even local surrounding high schools affiliates averaged last season. This has become a disaster.
Whew.
Oakland A's home game.
Their tickets are probably like $4.
You know the funniest part?
No one's buying them.
If you go 2 comments under, over 600 people were let in from outside just surrounding the stadium.
Just come on in.
Like, hey, you guys, you don't have to watch it out there. Like,
just come in.
We got plenty of room.
Just come on in. Because then at least somebody might buy some food.
But it backfired on them. Because those little bit of fans that they did have there, those loyal fans, just got pissed that they let people in off the street. So now they're saying that they're selling their season tickets and some people are burning them and shit. And it's like, ooh, maybe made a bad call there.
You are 8-27.
Like, oh, is that how bad they are?
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, the Royals, Kansas City, better start winning some games. Yeah, what did you think of that video, though, dude? The fucking, pretty much to point it out, picture a stadium, whatever football stadium you have in your hometown, and just picture, like, nobody there. That'd be the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, that's...
And, dude, the part where they said, like, AAA, AA, and the fucking local surrounding high schools have more fans than you?
That's
the
tough.
MLB team.
It's tough.
Like,
tough out on these streets.
Like, at this point, if you're in Oakland A, do you even, like, I think you just tell girls on dates that you just play baseball. And they're like, oh, so you said you play baseball, yeah? Yeah, I'm in the league.
I mean, you can't control shitty-ass owners and shitty-ass management.
Well, I mean, that's why that was the team that they talked about in Moneyball, that the Oakland A's never had a fucking lick to spend. They couldn't even rob Peter to pay Paul because nobody had money.
It was just, yeah. I mean, if you got.
Well, there's even a line in that movie in Moneyball where they're like, oh, maybe we can sign this rookie. And Brad Pitt goes, for what? So he can play for the Yankees next year and win a ring?
Like, oh, okay.
He's like, yeah, like we'll make him look real good. He'll look real talented. Then as soon as that deal's up, we won't be able to afford him. He's going to go play for somebody else. And then we're going to be right back to this step of you asking me, which one of these guys do I think we should get?
To make him look good again.
He goes, because every time you show me this list of guys, he goes, all I see is a Yankees hat, a Red Sox hat, and like I think he says like one other team's hat. And it's like, oh shit. And like you can tell everybody around the room's like,
he's got a point.
Like, because that's when the guy's like, well, then what do you expect us to do? He's like, what do you want to do? And that's when he comes up with that infamous idea like, well, we just need to start getting guys that are cheap that can get on base. And I love that movie. Like, I might end up watching that tonight. House to myself. Why not put it on?
Yeah. So you can't, like, as a player, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm still a professional fucking player.
Yeah, like, I'm still good. I'm just on this dog shit ass fucking team.
Exactly. And my players aren't dog shit. It's the owners putting us in horrible position. Like,
I also saw when I looked into it that they're losing GMs like every other week. GMs are stepping down, getting hired, stepping down.
And it's like, what type of facilities do they have? Like, do they have nice planes? Or are they driving buses everywhere? Because their owners are cheap as fuck.
Sounds like based on those ticket sales, I don't know how they're
might be walking.
They might be Uber XL. I don't know how they're getting there. Taking a fucking trolley. I know.
Yeah, it's
the Oakland A's though. And to end on, we got to talk a little bit of wrestling. Backlash recap. First off, I just want to say I posted the predictions on Twitter. And you and me all I shot perfect. You missed one, but you rode with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
you rode with the bias.
I knew Theory was gonna win, but I'm riding.
You know what? I'll throw myself. I'll throw myself with you. I'll throw myself into the car with you. I kind of could say that I maybe got wrong too. Only because even though I had a good feeling that Bianca would win, I was rooting for Io like a motherfucker. Fair. I was pulling for Io. Yeah. Like, I was at the point where I was like, fuck the bitch. I don't even want Bianca to win. Like,
hey, I'm with you.
I hope I'm
ride
wrong.
With Bobby.
I ride with Io.
So, yeah. I knew he was going to, but it was like, I want Bobby.
Theory's going to throw him out. Because I think when we talked about that match when they booked it, that's what you said. You were like, I want Bobby, but I think Bobby's going to, get his finisher off and then he'll get yeeted out the ring. Yeah. So let's just start with match one, though. I'll take it from the top with the Backlash recap. Bianca versus Io Sky. That maybe
match of the night.
Was match of the night. I have that as a tie with another match. I'll know after I watch them both again. Because the battle was ending kind of like right as the Bianca Io was starting, but I had eyes on it.
Right.
And they went for about 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And
from because
they got a standing ovation at the end.
I watched
like
recaps.
Io Sky has about the best looking moonsault I've ever seen.
I was gonna say probably matching like that or Rhodes and Lesnar.
The other match of the night for me, which we'll get there,
Bad Bunny and
it'd be the San Juan. But so match one,
the physicality from Brock
was Bianca Io. That was a great match. I'd give that one a 5.
Yeah.
Match number 2 was the U.S. title triple threat. That was not one of the stronger ones of the night.
Still a 4.
But I'd give it a 3.5, 4. I'd give that a 3.5, 4. Bronson Reed looked, I'll give it a 4. Bronson Reed looked good. Theory got to retain. We kind of saw that coming. Bobby looked strong as usual.
Yeah.
They meshed well, all three together.
That's why I was like,
Bronson Reed actually is. I will say one thing that I was impressed by Bronson Reed. For being a thick boy, that motherfucker can jump off the top rope. Like, it'd be pretty limited.
I saw that, yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Like, got some agility in him.
Yeah, that's actually refreshing to see. I like that. Like, I thought for a minute, I was like, oh, okay, we got an Umaga who can't move. And then I was like,
oh, okay.
He can move. I was like, oh, okay. He had like some bulldozer aspect to him. Match number 3, that was match number 3.
Vega?
I want to say so. Let's say so, yeah. Rhea, I guess I don't have to technically go in order. Rhea and Selena, which I think that is in order anyways. But that was a fucking phenomenal match. I give that one a 5.
Yeah.
I think Selena looked really good. Her pop coming out was insane.
Yeah.
I could tell she got super emotional, as she should. That was a great moment for her. I mean, she's never even got anything close to a pop like that.
And that's never, that was huge. Shout out her.
That was like she waited her whole life for that one.
Yeah, well deserved.
That's why I could tell like the match was kind of getting started. I don't know if you noticed, but normally the ref will take the belt and walk it out the ring.
He waited. He was like,
Rhea actually took it out of his hands and was like, let me give her a like, let me not, instead of standing here looking all menacing, let me go out here and kind of do my thing, throw the belt at the timekeeper.
Right.
Like, let Selena get in her moment before.
Let me.
Like,
yeah.
Before they have to do an intro on me type shit.
Let me do a little tantrum thing.
Yeah, no, that was a great match. Like you said, kind of with the pre-press conference of it, though, it's like, we kind of knew that Rhea was going to win, but it was cool to see a strong outing from Selena.
I liked it.
And speaking of the LWO, the San Juan Street Fight, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. Now, I think Bad Bunny once again proved why he's really fucking good at this shit.
Yeah, and why he belongs. And he's not just a celebrity that's here to be a celebrity. Like, he was here to be a wrestler. Like, he's earned respect and credit all around.
Yeah, he's shown out in every single time on how.
And he's brought a huge fucking fan base to that WWE.
Yeah, his pop, another crazy one. Damian
shit.
Priest even got a pop. Crowd was chanting him back and forth. That was cool.
Yeah, that was.
They let him go for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I want to say. At least like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The LWO, this was probably why it was my match of the night. LWO ended up coming out. Judgment Day came out. Rey Mysterio came out and started hitting Dom, which was great. Awesome. But then the big pop of the night for me, Carlito, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. That was fucking awesome.
That pop.
And seeing him come out, he looked jacked.
Yeah, he looks phenomenal.
And then he pulled out that apple. And as soon as he pulled out that apple, the crowd fucking lost it.
Spitting Dom's face after the 619.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking iconic. Love seeing
awesome.
Carlito get that spit off.
That was awesome.
That was great. And then to talk about Carlito just for a quick second, in the post Backlash conference, when Triple H was asked the question, "Do you have any plans on continuing to have Carlito like on a brand or on the show?" He said, "Let's just say that what we saw out there tonight had a very positive impact on us in the back," which. It's just a matter of time before you'll see him come out there and permanently join the LWO.
He's probably like,
especially with LWO merch completely sold out in the venue last night. Yeah, and when I went to go buy the red, white, and blue one, that was sold out in every size but triple and 4XL.
Holy shit!
And when I went to go, so I ended up getting the LWO. I'll probably wear it next week on the pod on the shows. I'm getting an LWO Eddie Guerrero color shirt. And then I got wifey the Backlash, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar shit. Because whenever I get me some, I got to get her some too. It's like a law now. It's an unwritten rule. But I thought that was that San Juan Street Fight was great. Seeing Carlito come out was fucking awesome. That was a highlight for me of the night for sure. Then you had the 6-man tag match. Now, the one match that I forgot: Seth Rollins versus Omos. Yeah. And that was probably the weakest match of the night, but it was still a great Backlash pay-per-view. Still a strong card, and I think Seth and Omos made it work.
Yeah, and like I said,
there was a cool spot with the whole
Omos
stomp.
is a big-ass motherfucker, so it's like hard to match him with people.
He doesn't have much, like we talked about it pre-pod, he just doesn't have movement.
Because he's just...
He looks like Kali out there. It's like, I'm seeing good things, but then it's like...
It's hard to match him with people.
We need you to move, like... Big Show could move. Like, he was big, but he could move.
Kane.
Big could move.
Undertaker walked the
big
rope.
Could move. Yeah, he could run and dive out the rope. If Omos did that, he'd break every bone in his body.
Or kill the dude he's jumping
Or kill the guy he's going to land on, yeah.
So it's like, it was a decent, good match.
Yeah, that one I think is the only match of the night that I'd give a 3.
Yeah.
That one's the only one I give a 3.
Yep.
However, though, now the next match before the other main event that I did want to mention. By the way, shout out Bad Bunny on his win. I did end up adding his theme song. I had to ask Dooley what it was called. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know how to find this. I don't even know what word to type in.
Yeah.
I was like, what song did he come out to? He goes, the song? I was like, yeah, his theme. He goes, oh, Chambea.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean? He goes, champion. I was like, that's all I need to know. So now every time it gets to that point of the song, I'm like, champion. I'm like, hey, I know what he said there.
I know that one word.
Yeah, I can speak it. No, I thought that was awesome, though. I actually almost got a Bad Bunny shirt, but then I was like, no, I'll keep it LWO. But the match, though, that I had an odd critique on, it was the 6-man tag. The Bloodline and Riddle. Or no, God. The Bloodline versus Sammy, KO, and Riddle. I don't think they should have went as long as they did. They went about 30 minutes, and that only left Brock and Cody with, like, I think it was like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Brock
I feel
and
like
Cody
there was
needed more.
The 6-man tag is
could have went more.
The 6-man tag. I don't know if you feel like this way sometimes with matches. I love a long match. Like, for example, when Randy Orton and John Cena went an hour, kept us entertained the whole time. Once I felt like we were about 15 minutes into this 6-man tag, I was like, that was everything.
Yeah,
we saw the super kicks. We got the splash.
It's going to be
we got the spike.
From here on out.
Yeah, we got the stunner. We got the haluva. We got the Riddle chop, boom, kick, and the bro Derek. And it was like, oh, now you guys are just rumbling outside the ring. Okay, now I don't know who the legal man is. Yeah. Okay, now it's a brawl. Oh, okay, now Solo looks like he's going to turn on Jay. Oh, now there's like a minute, 2 minutes of theatrics. And then it's like 5 more minutes a match. And it's like, damn. Like, for example, I was super kicked out by the end of that match.
I didn't know what
that match had literally so many super kicks. I saw on Twitter somebody said, I don't know if you took a shot for every super kick tonight, but if you did, I'll be right next to you in the hospital. Because when somebody commented under it, in that match, 30-minute match, there was 76 super kicks.
Holy shit.
And it was just like, you overdo it. Like, pow, 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 pow. Like, at one point, they're all doing it. And Shawn Michaels is in the back like, y'all, stop. Like, I used to just do one. Like, one's great.
Yeah.
Like, you're over here because it turned into one of those things where it'd be like, Jay kicks KO. KO looks to his right. He's groggy. He kicks Jimmy. Jimmy looks to his right. Yeah. He kicks Sammy. Sammy looks to his right. He kicked. Yeah, it's just like
I didn't know
shit.
What the intent was, because like if that was when Jay was gonna, or
they wanted, you know what it was?
I didn't know if that's when he was gonna Solo was gonna turn, and then he didn't. So it was like, why? What would we do all this for? Yeah,
like I think it was like they've already laid the foundation for it, that it would have made more sense if he just did that thing where when Solo was going crazy, if he would have just literally, like you said, turned
real
around
quick,
and just went, bam.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, and then like maybe had like a moment where he's just like,
fuck.
Oh, I just lost my shit. Like,
and that's where I was like, when he didn't do it, I was like
you're still building for this?
Then what was all this like 10 minutes for?
Yeah, like.
Then we could have ended the match when we got all of the.
That match, I give it 3.5 because it's like, yeah, it was like, it was good, but it's like, you lost me.
Yeah,
like I'm super kicked out.
Like, what are we doing here?
I was at that point where I was like, Cody and Brock, please nobody kick anybody.
Yeah, it's like
I was like, I don't need another kick tonight, guys. I'm good on the kicks. So let's just talk about that match though. Cody versus Brock. I thought that was a great match.
Great match.
Bloody. Which he bled without blading. He got kicked right into the corner post. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was cool. I just had one little slight problem with that match, but I get why they did it. I'm not a huge fan of that finish, and I've seen it before, where it's like, I get it. It makes both look good. It kind of gets both over, but it's like, okay, so Brock locks in the Kimura, and then Cody does the pin thing, where on the draft, if you remember, they had a DraftKings bet. I thought the finish would be, maybe I'm just bummed because I didn't win the money, but I saw that, or what I wanted to happen, what I thought was going to happen, I should say. I thought, based on how, you remember when Cody, like 2 weeks ago on Raw, was fighting all the security, kind of like losing his shit, going crazy. Yeah, I thought it was going to turn into one of those things where he would like hit Brock with a couple of those crossroads and Cody cutters and be like, fucking A, like, what do I do to keep the beast down? And then just snap and be like, and just like go and take like a kendo stick and just beat the shit out of him and get DQ'd.
Okay.
So like when I saw like I thought it was about to happen too, because if you remember, like after he's already bleeding, he hits him with the crossroads and then he does it again.
Yeah, double cross.
And then when he kicked out of it, I was like, oh, here it comes. He did the face of like, what's it gonna take? Yeah. And then it was like, oh no. F5? Oh no, Kimura. Oh no, it's F5 kick out Kimura.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, into that pin, and then Cody just dips up the ramp. Like, I thought Cody was really pissed at him. But at the same time, though, great match. I'm not mad at the finish.
And then also Cody, I felt like in that moment, usually if Brock goes on a tarnage. Like,
yeah, too. Like he just sat there.
But that's why I think Cody ran, because he's like, I'm not having my pec actually fucked up for a show. Like, because Brock, yes, we usually do this. If my pec wasn't fucked up, tee off on me. I got the dub. Cool. We can sell it for the crowd. But now it's like I got to run from the beast.
Yeah. Before he snaps.
Yes.
Which now, obviously.
It's like, hey, I got that. I snuck off the W while he had me in Kimura. I'm not letting him touch me again.
And you already know what this is going to be. Here's a feud build.
Oh, yeah.
No way does it end at that.
No.
Brock looking at him as he goes up the ramp, smiling like, you got one, homie. Which I love the aftermatch shit that Brock does sometimes. Like, it's the little stuff that Brock does. Like, he gave him that look that said,
but he still had the sinister in him. To where it was like,
yeah,
if Cody was still in the ring for half a second longer, Beast snaps. But that's why I'm like, when Cody went up there, it was
Bork
like,
laser.
Yeah, it's a.
I am Bork.
I'm surprised he didn't tee off on the ref.
Like, oh, he can't do another ref fine, man. If he's fined by another ref, he's done. Oh my god.
He's gonna
can't have that. But no, overall though, Backlash, I think that was a 5-star Backlash overall.
Yep.
Usually Backlashes weren't that. Usually Backlashes used to be predictable as fuck. It'd be like, oh, so rematches from WrestleMania. Okay.
Thank you. Awesome.
But the way they incorporated Bad Bunny was cool.
Yeah,
I was just a little confused on one thing though too. Why did they say he was hosting it? Because he didn't host it at all.
It was his hometown.
Oh, okay. So, he did kind of host the pre-thing.
Yeah.
That like, pre-conference thing.
You're in my city.
And he introduced and like brought people
This is
out.
My city. You're in my hometown.
Yeah.
I'm the host of it. Bad Buddy, he did a concert on top of a gas station.
Which that's cool as shit.
No violence.
Those Bad Bunny fans, man, they're just trying to vibe.
But that's because
they're just trying to spread love.
But that's because it's his city. They're not going there. There's no one that doesn't respect him in there because he's like, that's the hope.
Yeah, he gets love there like Drake does in Toronto.
Exactly.
Like,
so
it's like crazy.
It's so wherever he goes, it's his. You know what I mean? That's his.
That's
Canada. Why he's the host.
Yeah.
You're in my city.
I definitely think they should go back though because it had a great turnout. SmackDown turned out great.
Canelo fought last night.
Back-to-back sold out
in his hometown for the first time. Like Canelo was in his hometown, and I was like watching the fight.
And who won that fight?
Canelo did. Went to the 12th round. The dude, he fought Ryder. He was honestly, he put him.
How many rounds?
12 out of 12.
Oh, it went to the decision.
He knocked him down. Canelo knocked him down in the 5th. Had him beat up pretty bad. I mean, the other dude was landing hits, but I mean, he was a warrior.
Now, what did they say about that decision? Is it a unanimous?
It was a split.
It
was a split. No. It was unanimous. I apologize.
Okay. And that means, just to clarify for me,
all 3 or 5 of the judges all had it to the same guy.
Okay.
If it's a split, it would be like a 2-1 or 3-2.
Gotcha.
But
see, now I learned something. Now I hear that because I didn't know the difference between unanimous and split.
So I was like, telling my friend, I was like,
and they had 5 judges, you said?
I forget if it was 3 or 5. But I was
that's cool.
Friend, I was like,
3 or 5.
If somehow this dude beat Canelo in his hometown, he's not making it to his car.
No.
Like, I'm like, he might get stabbed if he doesn't have the most, like, if you don't have 12 people around him.
Yeah, because Canelo's even a name I know. Like, I can picture the guy.
And like, Bad Bunny is like, he had to win.
Yeah, there's no world where he doesn't win.
You're in his city, and if he doesn't, that's when you might have a crazy fan react.
Yeah.
Because they're that loyal. to where it's like, oh, like how Canelo is.
I
It's
thought
like,
for a minute people were going to riot over fucking Selena losing to
Oh.
Rhea. Those Puerto Ricans were going nuts.
yeah, that's a tough one.
There was a couple doing the barricade thing, and you could tell Rhea was like,
Now
"Oh, I gotta
imagine
get
Bad
to
Bunny
that."
lost.
See, that's why I'm glad you mentioned that. Scooter, I love you, Scooter McGavin, but he was really mad that Bad Bunny beat Damien because he was like, "Oh, like Damien's a wrestler, like Bad Bunny's a celebrity."
That's where I was like, Bad Bunny has earned and gotten the respect.
Yeah, like I don't even think Damien
to where
feels
even
that way.
Logan Paul has earned and gotten respect in this world for like, oh, you're sacrificing your body and not just like here to make money. Like you're making money, yes, but you're also bringing eyes and entertainment. Like, and he's not out just bashing WWE talking shit.
Yeah,
Like, Bad Bunny reps it well,
and he wrestles really well too, and he takes the bumps, which they say that's
he went
usually
through
how
a
you
fucking
get like
table.
went through a table, he got his
Multiple times.
fucking back fucking hit with the kendo.
So like he's not just out here getting easy wins.
No, and he's not just doing like, oh, I barely get hit shit. Like, no, you can fuck with me. Like, you can hit a.
I'm here.
Hit me with a kendo. I'm here. Hit me with the chair. Yeah.
As
like,
a kid, I wanted to be a wrestler.
Yeah, and he does it really well.
So
he does it really well.
Yeah, I fully expected Bad Bunny to win.
Same.
And like he's earned my respect as in the WWE universe.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when he first came in, I was like, oh, of course. Well, it's like
here we
the
go.
hottest name, and I was like, okay.
He came in and learned it way faster than Gable Stevenson, the Olympic guy that never showed face yet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I mean.
That didn't work. That was a failed experience.
That's what I mean. Is like Bad Bunny came in and he showed out. Though.
They did just sign a new female Olympic winner, though. I saw. I don't know her name, but we'll see how that pans out.
I can't think of it on the spot either. But
well, Backlash 5 out of 5 pay-per-view. New music out. Conway the Machine's album. Won't He Do It? Go check it out. Go find new Ed Sheeran as well. Ed Sheeran, congrats to you, my man, for beating the case. Much deserved. Happy to see you get the dub.
Fuck that
new good album, new good doc. Guardians 3 out now. Let me know what you think if you've seen it. Yes, stand with the writers. We're with the writers. Hope you guys get your just due. Hope you guys get your get paid, get your bag. You deserve it. Playoffs, we'll see how it pans out and talk about it more next week. And we'll see how the Raw and SmackDown is and what wrestling news happens during the week.
Oh, the Night of Champions.
Night of Champions coming up May 27th. That's a couple weeks away already. That'll be fun. That's where they're going to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion. They're doing 2 triple threat matches on Raw this week and 2 on SmackDown, and then those guys are going to face off at each other in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I like that.
So that'll be cool. Everybody keep the love high and the hate low. You know who it is.
Yeah.
Super Fried Snooker.
Stay blessed and less stressed.
El Tucurtente. Keep the love high and the hate low. Protect your energy at all costs. Smile more. Peace.